Well, that's a look at the new NBC sitcom Lopez versus Lopez.
It stars George Lopez and his daughter Mayan. I just went up to Universal Studios Hollywood to talk to George all about it. Oh, I'm with the great George Lopez. How are you?
I love you. You know that.
Right back at you. I was thinking 20 years almost to the date that the George Lopez show aired. How does it feel different this time around?
Well, Kit, you know, I have a whole nother set of issues. I mean, I think the first show was me dealing with my childhood, and this is me dealing with the relationship after the divorce. You know, Mayan and I didn't talk. Ann and I didn't talk. Mayan's dream was for Ann and I to be together in the same room. All of it, and then the pandemic. So all of it makes for incredible comedy.
You know what's great about your daughter Mayan talking about it? Everybody says, oh, you're George Lopez's daughter,
right,
that you're in the business. But she's the one that got this show.
You know, Mayan on TikTok was responding to someone who had made a TikTok about me and the kidney and the divorce, and Mayan responded by twerking upside down and by some pretty colorful commentary. And then, Kit, it was so real in the beginning that I thought it was animation. Because I'm like, there's no way that you're going to be able to be this hard on another person and not have them drawn or be yellow.
That's what people are responding to, how real it is.
Yeah.
For you and Mayan, what does it mean to you guys?
Every day that I see Mayan on the set, I see her when she was born, that we walked down the hall to cut her cord and to clean her up. I see that Mayan. I see the Mayan that was 5 in her, you know, she'd wake me up by opening my eyes. And then I would say, Mayan, don't ever grow up. And she was like, I have to, Daddy, that's my job. And she blew me a kiss and walked out of the room. And I just see all of those things that were so special about her growing up. And also, Kid, I think it's the first relationship that meant so much to me that I would be responsible for my own indiscretions in saving that relationship.
To look at this picture, what do you remember?
I think that may be the last time I took a picture without a shirt on. But aside from that, I just, you know, I love Mayan, you know, so much. And, you know, in life, how things happen, and great reasons I think the show could succeed is that, you know, a lot of men give up, and because it's hard to face the reality of what you've done to a family. But if men see this or people see this and they're willing to take that first step, I think the other person will be willing to take that first step towards them too.
I think a lot of people will be able to relate to this.
Right.
Was there anything off limits that you and Mayan were like, we cannot do that on the show, too much?
Well, apparently nothing to do with me. I think mentioning our weight. But listen, if I look like a werewolf in the show. You know, I saw the clips, you know, and everyone is so tidy, and I look like Harry and the Hendersons. It looks like Harry sitting in the living room and Harry and the Hendersons. I look like I slept with it, like somebody had a kid, Cheech and Chong had sex and made a kid. I'm willing to, and really what I'm doing is I'm playing. I love Sanford and Son growing up. I really am
Elizabeth.
Red Fox. I'm totally Red Fox in this thing, because you know I'm where I don't belong. You know, I even did this one time in rehearsal. Come on, join me.
That's so neat. And so for the show, how is this different than the George Lopez show? Because it is still very personal.
It's very personal. You know, that one was, I think that the way I described it is, he's trying to prove to his wife he's a man. He's trying to prove to his mom he's not a boy. And this one is, I'm trying to prove to Mayan that I'm not the guy that destroyed the family. I'm the guy who had his own issues and is trying to create a family that works for her.
I think when your kids see you as human, right, that we are fallible, I think it's an interesting thing as a mother myself. For this show with Maya, how many years were you guys estranged before coming back together?
We probably didn't talk for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went to her high school graduation, and I mean, you might as well just stop at anybody's graduation the way I felt there. I might as well have gone to, hey, who's kid? I don't have a kid here.
You in the back.
I just came to see kids graduate. I mean, they were so really kind of tough on me. And it was like Isaiah Thomas in that All-Star game where they don't pass up the ball. That you feel like you're being given the cold shoulder, and deservedly so, but I didn't quit.
Well, look where you are now. Yeah. This is what I think is going to resonate.
I would not have imagined that kid that has so much disdain for me and some of the things that she said that I was responsible for, of course, and the fact that I get to see her every day, and I also get to see her be good at what she's doing, which, you know, she wanted to do Saturday Night when she was 12, and she got into Second City when she was 18, and, you know, Anne's a hoot, and she was around the first show, so, you know, in 20 years we made some really great friends. We made people that we knew back then that are family, and people that, like you, I mean, we've known each other forever, that are happy for your success and happy to see you come back.
What does your ex think about all this wonderful stuff?
You know, she's over there every once in a while. You know, boundaries do not apply. It's sometimes at the bottom of the commercial they say boundaries don't apply. You know, Anne's a little bit like Lucy and Ethel. So, you know, I opened the door to go to my dressing room, and she's pulling a sled of framed pictures because she wanted the pictures on the set to be authentic. And she's pulling, I said, where'd you come from, Aaron Brothers? And she's pulling this thing, and the fact that anything that she does that's like that, the door opens, and I'm on the other side of the door. It's like, it's impossible. It's impossible not to have her do something, and for me not to see it.
George, how would you describe where you are in your life right now?
You know, I would describe myself, you know, I am in the happiest place I've ever been in my life.
I can feel it.
I think that I've realized that the relationship game for me was a game that I wasn't good at playing. So I'm all about the relationship that I always felt was worth saving, and that's the one with me and Mayan. But I'm in a really good place.
I'm coming to a taping, George. Here we go. Here we go.
We're right down that hill. Get your steps in.
George is so great. Check out the premiere of Lopez versus Lopez Friday night on NBC.
All right, coming up, I've been wanting these two on the show for a while now. It is the musical duo Toasters and Moose going viral for their hit song, Taste the Biscuit. You don't want to miss this. Coming up next.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.